right. Let's get this out of the way, Santa Barbara. It is Groundhog's Day today. Oh. Did you guys know that? Say it with me, Groundhog's Day. This is a great fucking holiday. It's not controversial. We don't have to buy anyone a gift. I mean, yeah, right? I mean, this is a holiday about a glorified rodent. I mean, who doesn't love an adorable rodent? I mean, he doesn't talk back, and he's cuddlier than most of my ex-boyfriends. All right, hey, yeah, there's my tribute to the day. Let's hear it for Lewis. He makes this possible for all of us and gives us a lot of time, and he just had a birthday, so let's say happy birthday, Lewis! Sadly, I was not here. I didn't want to roast Lewis. He is just too sweet. But you can be sure and roast him right now. No, just kidding. I'm Maggie. I'm your host for the night. This is Maggie's Mashup. We have an amazing group of comedians for you. But first, I'm just going to talk about me, because that's what comedians do, right? I actually went to school up here in Santa Barbara, you guys. I went to the Kate School. I should probably call it the now infamous Kate School, for those of you who don't know. And it's even more infamous now. Recently, it came out that the whole school is surrounded by pot farms, and the campus, smells like a campus, like weed. Yeah, we would have really loved that when I was there. We would have gotten away with so much more. But a little about me. I'm a single mom, you guys. Thank you. You know what? It's hard being a parent. You have to pretend to enjoy all the things your kids enjoy. Like kids' birthday parties, play dates, their father. But I do surprisingly well on dating apps, and I think it's because my profile says that I don't want kids. Then they find out it's because I have 4. Yeah, I know 4 sounds like a lot, and it is, but I really love being a mom. And you know what they say about having kids? It's a lot like making pancakes. First one's kind of fucked up. Probably should have thrown it away. As far as I know, it's still legal to laugh at that joke. But I think having kids is a lot more like eating pancakes. You always regret having your 4th one. In case you guys were wondering, my pancakes do not like that joke. In fact, my first pancake was so mad, you guys, she disinvited me from her wedding. And I was so sad. I was like, honey, you don't understand. You don't get redos of special days in life like weddings. Unless you're me. Yeah, that's right, you guys. I've been married twice. Yeah, it turns out you can actually get worse at something. But you know what? We learn a lot from our failures, right? Yeah, and there are always awards for success. The Academy Awards are coming up and all these awards. But where's the award for failure? I mean, that's an award I would really know how to accept. I'd be like, I'd like to thank my parents for all of their emotional neglect. And I'd like to thank my children for never failing to be harder on me than they are on their father. Yes. But most of all, I would like to thank myself for always finding a way to be a victim. Thank you. Oh boy. Failures. But you know what? Divorce is not all bad. Who here is divorced? Ladies, you guys are going to know what I'm talking about. My girlfriends and I talk about the divorce diet. When one of us gets divorced, we lose 10 pounds, we look and feel so much better. I don't think the same is true for men. And you know why? I don't think they get the same emotional support from their guy friends. I mean, I can't see guys sitting around being like, dude, she was totally dimming your light. Let's go on a cleanse and take a pole dancing class. Bro, it is so enlightening. Yeah, I can't see guys sitting around doing that. If you're one of those guys, please come see me, Gosh. Lewis was saying his ex-wife is an alien and a psychic. I'm not either of those. But I have to admit, I've lived in Southern California long enough that I think I'm maybe a little new agey, but I'm also practical, you guys. So, I have crystals for my anxiety, and I take Xanax. Yeah. And And I get my house feng shui, like just in case it works. And I take Xanax. And I have a ton of Buddhas in my house. And did I mention I snort Xanax? Yeah, but maybe I think it's gone too far, you guys. The other day, I walked into my 12-year-old daughter's room as she was leading her American Girl dolls in a pretend ayahuasca ceremony. Oh no, oh no. What have I done raising my kids here? I was like, it's time to take you back home where I'm from. I am from Memphis, Tennessee, you guys. Yeah. God bless all those people there right now. Rough stuff there. And I always say Memphis is a great place to be from. My children refer to Memphis lovingly as Memphanistan. It's okay to laugh at that, I think, too. I don't know. But you know what? Growing up in the South, you really learn about backhanded compliments. Do you ladies know what that is? You know, yes, you all do. But I think Southern women are the master of the backhanded compliment. I remember when I still lived in Memphis, going to the grocery store at like 11 a.m. and seeing a dear friend, someone I'd known all my life, and they would be like, Margaret, honey, it's so good to see you up so early for a drunk. And I'd just laugh it off, you guys. And then I'd sleep with her husband. That is the South for you. Oh boy. Yes, great place to be from. Well, you know, the last couple years have been hard for everybody, I know, and it's particularly changed like the way I parent, you guys. We used to sit down to the table and say grace, and now we just say fuck it. It even changed how I parented my older kids, like my 19-year-old son. I used to be like, when are you going to stop smoking weed? And now I'm like, when are you going to come home with weed? He's really sweet. He goes to UCSC, and he looks like he fell off a 1968 Grateful Dead bus. You know, Santa Cruz for you. And last Mother's Day, he came to me and proudly presented me with a joint and told me, it is my dream to get high with you. I was like, oh, that is so sweet, baby. It is my dream to have abs. Some dreams are just dreams. Now go to your room so I can spark that thing. Yeah, what they don't know won't hurt them, right? But you know what? Sometimes to protect your kids, you have to embarrass them a little bit, right? When my sons were at that age that I knew they were watching porn, which is when they finally loved, in case you want to know, it's when they love showers all of a sudden, right? Guys, you back me up. And there are no tissues in your house. You don't know anything about this, sir, right? You have no idea what I'm talking about. The only guy in the room who doesn't jerk off, you guys. Give him a round of applause. Is your wife with you? She must be very proud. Okay. I digress. So when your sons are at that age, you know, what I did to teach them is I made each of them go to Rite Aid with me and buy condoms. Because A, if you can buy condoms with your mom, you'll never be embarrassed to buy them. Yeah. And B, I needed condoms. You know, you guys, I think it worked. I don't have any grandchildren that I know of. I just did this joke recently at West Side Comedy in Santa Monica, and my son was sitting on the front row with a girl he was on a date with. Yeah. He's such a sweet kid. But you know what? Kids really hate it if their parent does comedy, you know? I think the only thing that would be worse for him is if I did porn. I was thinking, but you know, maybe then I could pay for his therapy. You know, yeah. Oh boy, it's hard on them. But you know what? It's interesting as your kids get older, right? All of my kids, I think like in reaction to my, you know, failures, my failed marriages, they all are in these like serious monogamous relationships. I mean, even my 11-year-old. I mean, it's with an American Girl doll, but yeah. But please invite me to the wedding if you're listening, please. But you know what? They're at an age now, the older ones, where they finally see me as a person, like flaws and all. And that's kind of good, but it's also kind of hard. It's kind of like when a guy sees you without makeup for the first time, and he's like, whoa, that was way worse than I thought. Yeah, no one's had that experience. No, it's just me, you know. Oh boy, shit.
I think she liked that.
Jesus. Lewis just had a birthday. And it's the end of, it's around February, you guys. Does anybody have New Year's resolutions still? Anyone keeping one? there's no hero New Year's. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, me either. I kind of think New Year's resolutions are like wedding vows. Everybody means them when they say them, but nobody can keep them. Yeah, no takers on that. It was just, the Chinese New Year, and last year was Year of the Cougar, Tiger. And this year, if you guys can believe it, is Year of the Water Rabbit. I'm not kidding you guys, water rabbit. I was like, oh my God, I thought that was what I had on my bedside table. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't know, so turn to a lady who looks really content and she will tell you, right? So I ran home and right there at my bedside, I was like, babe, it's your year. Yeah, Year of the Water Rabbit. I almost brought one as a door prize. Yeah, almost did. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Gosh. Did you guys get a lot of packages during the holidays? You guys? And by packages, I mean dick pics. No. You know what? Dick pics don't turn me on, but they do cheer me up. Right? Anybody? No? You know what? And I've seen some really creative ones. I've seen dicks photographed next to wine bottles and salad tongs. But by far my favorite was a dick photographed next to a bottle of Lysol. I was like, ooh, big and clean. And that was pre-COVID. I mean, this guy was really ahead of his time. Yeah, but I have not been getting a lot of dick pics lately, and I've been giving my number out at shows. And can you guys help me out? Right now, it's 8675309. Does anybody know this number? Yeah, you know it? 8675309. 8675309. I'll scroll through your dick pics while I drink my wine. 8675309. Don't really think your girlfriend will mind. 8675309. I really love to do this, you guys, because it's a great filter. I know if a guy thinks that's my real number, he's young enough for me. Yeah. I really do like dating younger guys. Yeah, I do. But you know what? There's always an expiration date, you guys, because they're bound to say something stupid, do something insensitive, get grounded. Oh boy. But you know what? They're fun and you learn a lot from younger guys. Like the guy I'm seeing taught me what DTR means, define the relationship, and I taught him that women can't have commitment issues. Oh boy, he hates that joke. He's sitting back there. Will you please buy him a drink? Yeah. Oh boy. Oh shit. And there was, one silver lining to these last pandemic years for me as a parent. I didn't have to lie to my youngest, who was 10 at the time, about why I didn't want to take her to Disneyland. Because if you're a parent in Southern California and you don't take your kids to Disneyland, you're like the Grinch or something. I mean, Disney's like a spiritual journey for kids, right? That's why I used to tell her that the park was in Massachusetts. That was great until she flunked geography. But I think the real reason I hate Disneyland is the rides remind me of a map of all my failed relationships. Take the Splash Mountain ride. It reminds me of all my hookups. Never as wet as I thought I would be. And God, I wish there weren't any pictures. Yeah, and the Small World ride, it reminds me of divorce. I mean, at the end of the day, it takes forever, you're in the dark, and I'm just stuck with a bunch of singing children. Yeah, I can still hear them, you guys. I can still hear them. It's a world of lawyers, a world of tears. It's a world of secrets and wasted years. There's so much that we shared that it's time to beware. Why did I ask for full custody? Thank you guys very much. I'm Maggie Hyde, your host tonight.